Islam, Islam, Islam. How's my family? This is the Moorish Oracle with your host, Lateef Obadike, here to do Moorish reading, okay? Let me first present myself. I'll rise and stand and remain standing into perpetuity. This is a sovereign, living, ancient Article 3 Moorish American and Moroccan consular court action. I am Chief Justice Durand at Murrell Bay in capitis diminutio, nolo in red ink, in propria persona sui juris, in proprio solo, and in proprio heredes. I and all Moors, let me get my glasses. I gotta read this one. I and all Moors are the original indigenous sovereign, ancient Al-Moroccan, Moorish American descendants of the great pharaohs of Kemet and of the ancient Moabites and Canaanites. Our full faith and trust, our allegiance, our credit, and our energy are hereby vested in ourselves, for we are the people who are the original indigenous, natural, divine, ancient empire state of Morocco and the de jure Moorish National Republic federal government. We hereby exercise all sovereign rights at this time and at all points in time, non-pro-temps. We are the most ancient sovereign court, both at heaven and at earth. At this time, fam, we're gonna go straight into the cards. Oh, wait a minute. We got our new, I can't even think of a word for it, where we start out meditating to see what the Most High Mother and Father, Spirit, Olodumare, Jah, God, or Yah got for us, okay? So we're gonna meditate for so many seconds or a minute, just to get in tune, tap in. You may tap in with me, inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Okay, fam. From here on out, we're just gonna use it as a means of tapping in, getting the energy right, so we can get a nice little flow. Plus, I needed it because I had intentions on meditating before I even jumped on. But I just got to doing some work, great deal of work, paperwork, and I ain't gonna say I'm exhausted, but I didn't exert a lot of energy, and I thought it'd be important that I tap in first, and I didn't get to tap in. So that's why it's good to tap in when first getting on here, and you can tap in to help you clear your mind and your energy to receive the messages from the card. Okay. All right, family. We're gonna go straight into the chosen one 144. Maji got the T deck. Okay. We're gonna pull 6 cards, and we're gonna read the last card, which is the 7th card at the bottom. If you know, you know. In more science, 7 is significant. 7 is universally significant, but we take the 7 serious. You know what I'm saying? We do and acknowledge the 7 in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? You know, it gets high regard. Okay. I hope that my family had a beautiful, enlightening, peaceful day. You enjoyed, hopefully you enjoyed the sun that was out earlier. This is the Moorish Oracle with your host, Lateef Obadike, here to give a spiritual, high vibrational reading. Everything high vibrational on this platform. Okay? Everything's high vibrational. Ain't nothing falling yet, fam. Nothing falling yet. Just need a little bit more time to tap in. Spirit to deliver what it is we need to see, what we need to hear, what we need to learn, what we need to acknowledge. Okay, everyone. Starting to flow. Fam, tapping in is highly, or should I say, of paramount importance, which is mean of high importance. Because when you tap in, you, how can I put it? You acknowledge the message from the Most High because you get still. You can't tap in unless you're still. You can't tap in if you've been distracted. You can't tap in if it's a lot of noise. You know, you can't do it. You know, that's like they say that God won't enter a dirty house. You know what I'm saying? So you got to clean things up, okay? And part of cleaning up is clearing your mind. Because all that foolishness, you know, that's on your mind, that's been circulating through your mind throughout the day. Because a lot of y'all don't know no better. Okay, when I say you don't know no better, it means you weren't taught better. Because if you knew better, you do better, right? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see how many we got. And if you're doing better, then that's great, okay? But everybody ain't doing better. Okay, we got 5, we need 1 more, and then we're gonna read the one at the bottom. Let me see if I got one turned over in here already. And I don't. Okay, here, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming, fam, be patient, you know, be patient. And just want to remind my family that I just started reading approximately a week ago, okay? Yeah, got through working as far as my paperwork. And wanted something else to do, you know, and looked over and see my cards. Here it is. Look over and see my cards, and I grabbed them, and I said, let me see. I said, I don't got no internet, right? That's why these are pre-recorded at the moment. So I grabbed the cards. I said, well, dang, let me just see if I can read them, see what comes to me. And sure enough, family, it was like clockwork, just smooth and flow. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nothing complicated about it. I'm like, wow, okay. So that was my beginning. All right, fam. Got the card trauma popped up, okay? A lot of y'all might be experiencing some trauma. As I always express, Fam, trauma is serious. Ain't nothing to play with, you know. And a lot of people playing with their trauma because they don't know about trauma. You know what I'm saying? In other words, they playing with their life by not acknowledging that they are wounded. And when you wounded, fam, when you going through trauma, you'll hurt somebody. You're dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not healed. You're sick, mentally sick. You know what I'm saying? And when you're sick, fam, you need help. You know what I'm saying? When I realized that I was going through some things, you know, but I'm always tapping in. I'm always seeking help because I know I knew I was messed up more than anything. I ain't perfect and I still got some things to work on, but I've come a long way, fam. I pray and hope you've come a long way. I hope that you've been working on your trauma. For those that haven't been working on your trauma, a good focus, what they call it? What's that term? Shadow work. The phrase, shadow work. Do your shadow work. Look up shadow work, fam. You know what I'm saying? Look up shadow work, okay? Look up trauma, you know what I'm saying? Now don't get caught up in no European demonstration. Don't get caught up in no modern demonstration. When I say modern, I'm talking about, nah, go with your spirit, fam. I ain't gonna tell you what or what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Go with your spirit and you ain't gonna go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you're not in tune with your spirit, you might start out with something that is mediocre or elementary. Guess what? Spirit wanted you to read that. Spirit wants you to experience that. You know what I'm saying? So all's gonna be well, all right? So focus on that trauma, fam. All right, next card. We got high rank in the spiritual world, okay? Some of y'all are highly ranked in the spiritual world. It means you've been on your journey for some time. You tap in on the regular. You know, you done your healing, and you still doing your healing, because you know it's a continuous thing. You got to be consistent. And you learn. You know what's going on to a greater degree than you did before. All I gotta say, keep going, fam. Keep going. So that's highly ranked in the spiritual world. Next card, fam. Spend time alone, hermit mode. Spend time alone, hermit mode. If it's hard to spend time by yourself, you know, it's only hard because you're not thinking hard enough, okay? Get a babysitter if you got children, you know, go down to the water, walk in the park, you know, or walk down the street, particularly a quiet street. You don't want to walk down no busy street with a lot of noise, cars, you know, honking horns, a lot of people. Walk down that street where very few people or nobody's at, particularly in the daytime, okay? Especially if you're a female or woman. Okay, won't nothing happen to you. Okay, it's a lot of wicked things going on out here. Because if you got melanin in your skin like me, you look like me, you are highly valuable. You know what I'm saying? Your organs, your blood, your DNA, everything about you, ching ching. You might not know this. They want what's in you. Okay? They want what's in you. So protect yourself, fam. But spend time alone, meditate, get in a room by yourself where it's quiet, you know, and just close your eyes and you can sit Indian style, you can sit in a chair, make sure your back is comfortable, below and upper back, and just sit there in a quiet and peaceful state. See, we think that it's better that our minds is working. And trust me, boy, I like my mind to work, okay? It's taken me decades, and I do mean decades, yeah, at least 2 decades to really, really get into meditation, okay? And I still don't meditate that long, okay? Time is of essence for me, even though I do take time and I tap in, you know, hopefully I'll be able to do it more later, but it's important to go within, because when you go within, fam, you get downloads, you get messages, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get what you need. And it's highly, highly paramount, okay, of high importance. I've been in hermit mode, I'm gonna say, for a couple years now, for real, or over a year, okay? It's very needed, fam. Next card, shaman. Some of y'all shamans. Again, I haven't did no research on shaman. I'm gonna end that right now. Since the last time I pulled the card, the shaman card. I'll try to make it my business to do that tomorrow when I get some internet, if it's nice out, and look into that deeper. But a shaman is more so a learned, spiritual, in tune individual. It's a science, you know, and it's ancient, okay? It's connecting with a group of people or a system, okay? Spiritual system. But look into it. You know, I just want to touch on you what it consists of a little bit, or the ramifications of it. So look up shaman and learn what a shaman is. Some of y'all might be shamans. And it's said that I have ties to shaman. It's like a spiritual family, you know what I'm saying, that we connect with. Next card, family. Angels are protecting you, especially those who are shamans and are highly ranked in the spiritual world, okay? You got to be protected, you know what I'm saying? Because evil wants your energy. Wicked people wants to drain your energy, you know? And unfortunately, some of them wicked and evil people are family members, you know what I'm saying? Because they're up under the spell, you know? They up under the spell of the wicked ones, or the evil ones, up under the previous powers that be, who ran things and was running it in the ground. You know what I'm saying? You might not have noticed because they were smooth with it, okay? But we've been lied to, we've been indoctrinated, we've been programmed to believe in things that wasn't true, okay? And when you are raised in such a manner, you know what I'm saying? It's like being raised as a devil. You know what I'm saying? It's like Farrakhan said, y'all creating devils, you know what I'm saying, within y'all children, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to raise no child. So if your parents don't know how to raise you because they didn't have educated or knowledgeable parents, I'm talking about knowledgeable into the spirit realm, not this systems knowledge from school and universities, none of that. Okay, I'm talking about sacred knowledge. I'm talking about spiritual knowledge. If you weren't raised in spirit, and I ain't talking about no church either. It's good that you probably had some, you know, a guidance if you was raised in the church. But you know, half the people raised in the church, they the ones that turn out the worst. You know what I'm saying? I even heard Creflo Dollar even mention, why is it that the preachers and the churchgoers' children are in the streets, are sinning? You know what I'm saying? That's because most of the time we've been raised as hypocrites in the church. It's false teachings because the preachers get their schooling from the universities. They ain't get it from God. So if you ain't getting it from God, you ain't getting the truth. That means you've been lied to and you turn around and lying to the people. Plain and simple. Okay? So some of y'all out there are protected by angels because you tapped in, you on your journey, you know, and you seeking truth, and the truth setting you free. Okay? So know that you are protected. There it is, fam. It's spell work. It's spell work. You got to be mindful of that spell work, fam. You know, they're casting spells trying to trap you back up into the lie. And most of the people that's trying to do that is your family, are your friends, so-called friends. How can you have a devil as a friend? See, this is how deep this truth goes. This is how deep the society that we grew up in has degraded us on the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? If they weren't lifting us up, if they was lifting us up, we would have had a better life a long time ago. We know it ain't the case, fam. Be mindful of spell work. Birds of a feather flock together. Godly people don't hang out with evil people. Plain and simple. You don't see God and the devil hanging out, having dinner, going to the park. You know what I'm saying? Going to the club or the restaurant or the mall. Okay? They're not even in relationships. But some of y'all sleeping with the enemy. Some of y'all laying down with the enemy. Spell work, you up under that spell and you don't know no better. Learn what spell work is. Learn what evil is. Learn the difference between truth and falsehood. And you can break the spell. You can break the spell, fam. Speak for itself, rebirth. You got to be born again. Okay? Born into the right spirit, into the right knowledge. You know, see, we was brought into this world perfect. But through our parents not having the truth, they raised us with false information that they got from the system. Because that's how they was raised. They couldn't give you no more than what was given to them. My mama even told me, you know what I'm saying, boy, I can't do no more for you than what was done for me. Because I just don't know how. Okay? Because she seen that she was disappointing me time and time again after she made me promises. You see what I'm saying? You know, and my mama told me that because my mama's an Aries, March 28th. I'm an Aries, March 21st. You know what I'm saying? So my mama at times had a honest bone in her body. She wasn't perfect, far from it, you know, but she had a heart. And sometimes she used her heart, you know what I'm saying? And at one time that I'm mentioning is when she explained to me that she couldn't do no more for me than what was done for her. And she explained to me in part what she experienced, you know, coming up as a child, okay? Rebirth, resurrection, new beginnings, okay? Gotta let that old self go. Every aspect of it. You can't save a drop, so to speak. Pull it all out and then refill your cup back up with the truth. The truth that you come to learn to be the truth. All right, fam? All right, fam, that has been a reading from Maji Got the T, Chosen One, 144 deck. Now go off into the other deck, okay? Doesn't have a particular name, but these are tarot cards. And we're gonna pull 6 and we're gonna read the card at the bottom as the 7th card. This is the Moorish Oracle, your host, Lateef Obadike here to give high vibrational, spiritual, and high vibrational spiritual reading, okay? Because everything high vibrational here. Excuse me. Y'all keep me a spit cup. My sinus is getting better. I used to have asthma. You know, I grew it. I think outgrew it around 18 or after 18. You're talking about a rough life, fam. With asthma. A lot of times I couldn't play because I couldn't breathe from running around too much. Mama made me say, damn, you know. So it's clearing up a lot, you know, because I'm taking better care of myself, okay? Taking better care of myself. Learn not to eat certain things that trigger my sinuses. Okay, so ain't nothing fall yet, fam. Nothing fell yet. It's coming. Be patient. Uh-oh. Got a card fell. Okay. Let me do this. Okay, on the bottom, I'm looking at the Emperor peeked at me and the Two of Cups. Okay. So some of y'all could come into y'all mate or partner or receive some assistance. And some of y'all on y'all throne, y'all emperor, you know what I'm saying? Y'all rulership, okay? You in control. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Get some of these things to fall. It's all about the energy, fam. It's all about the energy. See, we want to talk about energy. You know, when it came to self. We weren't even taught knowledge of self. They didn't want you to know your power. They didn't want you to know your fullest potential. Because knowing your fullest potential, they can't control you. And their whole agenda was about control. All about control. That's what the devil do. Want to rob you of your joy, rob you of your glory, rob you of your high vibrational energy. Look at that, boy. I seen that Emperor come out. Emperor's on the floor. Emperor came back out. He peeped himself and like, man, I'll be back. Just letting you know I'm coming. Let me see how many we got here. We got 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got 3 more, fam. 3 more. Okay, we there's one. We 27, almost 28 minutes in. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more card to fall, fam. There it go. Oh, it's 2 cards, so we got a 7th card already out. And that's the last card, so I hold that card over here. That's what it feels. You know what? I don't believe that way. You know what I believe? You know what my spirit's telling me? That this is, let me see, 2, make sure they ain't stuck together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me see if I can do one more and then card at the bottom, make it 9. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm big on numbers and I like to see a bottom card. Okay, look, 2 more came out. But they coming out in 2s. Spirit won't, what? So that's 9. Let me make sure that was just 2, yep. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We gonna ride with that, fam. I won't look at the bottom card so bad. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take these cards, we're gonna shuffle them up, and we're gonna read them. Okay. All right. Okay, fam. First card. We got the Moon card. Okay. Let me throw these extra pearl lenses on. The Moon. And we got 2 pillars in the background. two pillars. Say unity, two people working together under the moon. Okay. Meaning y'all work together by night and by day. Okay. Sun up, sun down. Not necessarily consistently, but whatever's necessary. Then you got two, one like a dog, the other one look like a wolf. Okay. And they own two sides of the road. Okay. So it's a path that's split between two people. So it changes things up right there. But in the middle, you got a scorpion. May have some Scorpios in the house, okay? The scorpion is coming up out of the water, okay? So what is this telling me? I think Spirit's trying to tell me that it's two people on separate sides of the road, because you got a dog and a wolf. Dogs and wolves don't hang out together. And you got the scorpion coming up on the path, okay? So I'm gonna say, y'all gotta watch the energies that y'all allow in your company, okay? Because people will come around and disturb your peace. Some don't intend to. It's just who they've been taught that they are. It ain't who they are. It's who they choose to be, because they don't choose to change, okay? Change ain't in on their mind, okay? But they're trying to come in and hang out. They're trying to come in and be a part of your life. It ain't meant to be. Now the moon has a face in it that's looking down, and the face looks sad and the eyes are closed, okay? It's like doing the sleep, okay? Or the moon represents when the sun go down, right? So the energies aren't as high as they are during the day. So you may catch yourself at a time, a vulnerable time, where you have to be mindful, because somebody might try to come in and catch you vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And if you let them in, man, they're going to cause havoc, okay? So that's what the moon card is telling me. And it's the number 18, which is number 9, which is a whole number, okay? Which is also telling me that you're on a brink of a breakthrough, okay? And this is a test that you're about to experience, and you got to pass in order to get over the hump, get to where you've been trying to go, okay? So that's what they're saying to me, fam. Next card is the Justice card. It might have been the card I seen versus the Emperor. I don't know. We'll go through it. This card is number 11. Okay. So you had the 18 card, which is 9. The difference between 11 and 9 is 2. So the significance of that 2 again. Okay. And this is telling me, because this is a Justice card. Did I show it to you? Justice card. If y'all can see it, if the light ain't too bright, okay? It's telling me that once you overcome that low vibrational energy that's coming in and pull you down, and you choose right, and you make it over at hump, you make it into your glory, you make it into your heaven, you make it into your abundance, okay? You're going to get a divine mate. You're going to get a divine partner. You're going to get the right people in your life to assist you in moving forward, okay? And that's your justice, okay? Because you did what you had to do. You made the right decision. You know what I'm saying? And justice comes in the form of reward or in the form of punishment, okay? You make the right decision, you get rewarded. You make the wrong decision, which the wrong decision is basically you fell back into your old ways. So you're going to reap what you've been getting. Ain't nothing going to change. But don't get all the way to this point and give up, okay? Unless that's what you want to do, okay? So that's what the Justice card is saying to me. All right, the next card is the Nine of Cups. There go at 9 again, okay? There go at 9 again. And this is the reward. You know what I'm saying? You sitting, and he got his arms crossed. See, normally we don't cross up. It cuts off the circulation of the blood and keep you from from your blood flowing and allowing you to receive the divine energy coming in. Okay? But he got a smile on his face. I'm going to take it as if he's sending a message that, and he's standing, I'm going to say on the square, but his heels are not touching. But it's in the form of a 45-degree angle, which 4 and 5 is 9. So this card is telling me that he's overcome the trickery and received his abundance. Okay, that's why he's smiling. See, he's saying the devil didn't get him. Low vibrational energy didn't win over him, and he made the right decisions. You got to make the right decisions, fam, because we reap what we sow. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about you being the judge either, okay? Your spirit is the judge. Your higher spirit. You got a higher spirit and a lower spirit. You get to choose which one you're going to ride with. And whichever one you ride with, that's going to be your justice. Low spirit, punishment. High spirit, reward. Keep that in mind. Okay. Next card. Or the 9 of Pentacles. You got the 9 of Cups. You got the Moon card, which is 18, was 1 and 8, it turns into a 9. Then you got the 9 of Pentacles. You just marinating in your abundance. You know what I'm saying? Marinating in your abundance, and you are able to enjoy nature in ways you never have. You know what I'm saying? Because you tap. When you tap into your natural self, your higher self, you tap into all of nature. You know what I'm saying? So you're in tune, because this person has a bird on her hand. I don't know what kind of bird it is, okay? But nature is all around her. Looks like she got a lot of plants, flowers, trees in the background with her pinnacles around her, okay? She's donning a nice old robe, you know what I'm saying, that can represent some form of royalty, you know what I'm saying? So the 9 of Pentacles, family, coming into your pinnacles, coming into your abundance, coming into your wealth, where you're going to have peace, love, and happiness. There it is, fam. Yep. What's that? Okay. The Emperor card, okay, which is number 4, okay, which tells me that you're covering all 4 corners of the world, okay? That's I'm going to call it ultimate rulership, okay? You on your throne, you ruling, but you're ruling with love, you're ruling with truth, you're ruling with peace, you're ruling with freedom, and you're ruling with justice. You know what I'm saying? The 5 divine principles, okay? because these are high vibrational principles. And this is what you rule with, because this is what the world needs after all the indoctrination, the programming, and all the lies and the falsehood. Okay? We need something new. We need a new ruler. We need a new king over our dome. Okay? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, king over your dome, and all things will be added to you. As you see, the cards is telling you that. Okay? So that's what this card is telling me, fam. Okay. Uh-oh. We got another 4 card. It's the 4 of Pentacles. Okay? The 4 of Pentacles. This is telling me that, because he's sitting on a throne, and he has 4 pentacles. He got 2 up on his feet, 1 in his hand, and 1 on his head. It means he walks in his gift. He walks in his talents. He is the message that he brings. You know what I'm saying? And his wealth is in his walk, in his words, in his works, and in his deeds. You know what I'm saying? And this is where his wealth comes from, because he operates strictly in this high. Okay? And it's rewarding. Highly rewarding. Okay? Because he got wealth all around him. He got spiritual wealth, he got mental wealth, and he got physical wealth. You know what I'm saying? That's the greatest wealth of all, fam. When you got on all 3 levels. And in the background, you got the city. His wealth benefits his community. Okay? That's what this card is telling me, fam. Next card, the 5 of Cups. Okay, you got an individual here that's got a robe on, a dark robe. It looks green. Green represents nature. He's by a flowing stream or river, okay? And he has 3 cups that is tipped over. And next to one of the cups, it looked like some liquid, like something spilled out, okay? And he got 2 cups behind him that's standing upright. But he's not focused on them cups. He's focused on the ones that fell or that's tipped over. What do these cups tell me? And it's 3 cups that fell. It could be 3 people in your life that you care about that might have been on the path with you. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't quite level up like you are. But this person is focusing on them, you know. Because, you know, sometimes you can meet people and they can provide some assistance. They can be of some good to you, but then they'll switch up. You know, they'll do something silly, something crazy, something disrespectful, something rude, you know what I'm saying? And make you think twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Even though you got more people that's supporting you, these people meant something to you because you invested your time, your energy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even your finance in them, you know, and they became a disappointment. But in situations like this, hold on, fam, let me pause this. All right, fam, I'm back. I'm glad I learned how to do that. Punch the right button to pause it and then come back on. But don't tarry, you know, on people like that. You got to keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Keep moving, fam. Get back focused. You know what I'm saying? take a break for them, go in hermit mode, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want no negative energy or low vibrational energy hindering you. Like I said before, with that spell work, you got to protect yourself from people who still up under the spell, you know what I'm saying? And operating in that negative and wicked low vibrational energy, you know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, rejection is your protection. So don't get caught up in people rejecting you, rejecting your energy, going against your energy. Acknowledge it and move on. Next card is the Fool card, fam. And this is a 0 card. And it looks like he's standing on a high vibrational platform, like a mountain, a cliff. He's got a dog with him. Dog's supposed to represent man's best friend, but those are teachings by a system that you have to question everything they say, okay? But the fool is holding a flower in his left hand and a wand in the other hand with, looks like a bag wrapped around some things that he need, okay, to carry along with him. And it could be his valuables, okay? He's wearing a garb that's lavish. It represents, I say, a prince. Looks like a prince, okay? Princehood, okay? And he's looking up at the sky, admiring the sky. So, the Fool card. I'm gonna say that he is overcome, like I just said about low vibrational people. He's overcome people of that nature. And he can look above now because he's focused on high vibrational things. He's not looking down like the guy in the 5 of Cups was looking down on the 3 of Cups that tipped over. This guy's looking up, you know what I'm saying? He's learned from his experiences and he's maintaining his focus and proceeding forward with his mission, okay? That's what that card's telling me. Last but not least, fam, we got the 6 of Wands, okay? It's a guy on a horse. The horse is draped in garb, a light green garb. He's got a wreath on one of the wands. And he's got a couple of people, look like they walking with him beside the horse. 2 people, which is a couple. It could be a third, I can barely tell. But each wand, it looks like it may be held by a person. So this is the 6 of Wands. He got 5 people walking with him, and he's carrying the 6th wand on the horse. I would say trotting through the town. You know what I'm saying? This is a victory card. This is a victory card, especially with the wreath, you know. A form of celebration. It look like he got a wreath on his head too. Yeah. A form of celebration, you know, nothing big, but something is being acknowledged. It's like he'd been on a journey and he come back and he was successful. He was successful with his mission, okay? So a lot of y'all may have accomplished something, you know, and you feel proud of yourself because you done maintain, you know, you doing your work, you know, you doing your healing, and you practicing your skills, your talents, and your abilities, and you're among the people, and the people appreciate what you've been offering, okay? I would say this is a form of heaven right here. Yeah, because heaven is a state of mind. It's not a place of mints and bounds. You know, it means you're at peace, you're content, you know, and you're enjoying the company of the people in your return back to the community. Or it could be like they just celebrating you one day. Nothing big, just acknowledge, hey, you know, let me walk with you, man. I like your energy. It's like the Buddha. I like to bring up the Buddha because everywhere the Buddha went, he showed love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that card is saying to me, fam. This is the Moorish Oracle with your host, Lateef Obadike, here to share high vibrational and I forget what the other word I use. High vibrational and spiritual reading. Okay. I hope that you receive some type of insight, guidance, motivation, encouragement, you know, or high vibrational revelation or message that helps you identify that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying? And keeps you moving forward, okay? All right, fam. I wish y'all the best for the rest of y'all day. Stay high vibrational, stay peaceful, stay loving. Remember, go in hermit mode, spend some time alone so you can maintain your power and even gain more power. All right? Until next time, fam, peace.